You want to say morning?
Good morning.
Morning. Last night, not really enough to matter. We're going to take this time to work on some things. So we got 2 new steer tires for that Kenworth, the one that had the flat tire. We're going to put those on. And then we got some work to do to our Avatar, our drill, before we can plant some wheat. So we were really considering putting one new one with a new wheel on each truck. So we put both of them on this one.
Finger tight, right?
Finger tight. So BJ's using a Milwaukee 1-inch. Very handy when you're doing this kind of stuff.
What work is we use Gorilla Glue on the thread.
Yeah, it's like Loctite but different.
I'd already committed. Ankle.
A little bit of beans in the grain cart from last night, so we're gonna dump those on that red truck. We just put those 2 tires on. Then we're gonna take it to the other grain bins, dump the beans there, and put the steer tire back on one of the Peterbilt we robbed that one from. A couple people have asked if we still have 2 blue Peterbilts. We do. One of them's been hooked to the spray trailer all year. That's the one we robbed the tire off of. Ooh, forgot to load settings. Get in here and load settings. All your hydraulic functions function just like they did when you programmed it. Back over here at the shop, we are going to hook up the Avatar and get it unfolded. I don't know how much work on the Avatar today I'm going to get done. Since we had a slight rain delay and we're not really running right now, I believe Kayla and I are going to go to a wedding here soon. That's right, we're going to a wedding on a Friday. Strange. One of the deals where Kayla said, hey, can we go to this wedding? And I said, if it rains, we'll go to the wedding. It rained. It didn't rain near as much as I thought it was going to rain, but it rained. First thing we need to do is look at my cheat sheet here. I even got the album in my phone labeled Porsche Avatar Hydraulics, so we can actually see. Real good about taking pictures of these kind of things, real bad about finding them. Making an album for them on my iPhone. Yeah, worked pretty good. So one thing I really dislike about the Fence and Challengers, all the 10 series tractors, they are great machines. We've had 3 of them now. I've ran probably 6 of them through various demos. Like the machines, they work great. This 3-point hitch is huge, makes it a real pain in the butt to hook up the remotes. One thing I really like about John Deere, and I think Case too, you can get to the remotes much easier. That said, once you're hooked up, it's fine, but if you're like us and hook and unhook pretty often, pain in the butt. Now I believe in Europe they use a different style hitch, and it's not a big deal. Like instead of having this big 3-point hitch that goes all the way around, they just have little claws on the end of each arm. This is probably more rigid. The other one would be much more convenient for this kind of stuff. I don't know why they don't use that. I can't remember what they call that style hitch. I'm sure someone in the comments will let us know. I don't know why we don't use that in North America, but you know, pretty much all implements you're buying are fitted for this kind of 3-point hitch. So it is what it is. Get in here and fire this thing up. maneuvered around a little bit so we can get it unfolded. That way we can work on this when we get a chance. So this is Friday, October 6th. This is wheat planting time, but normally we're not this dry, so I'm not super excited about planting wheat with it being this dry. I'd really like to get some rain. The 2 tenths we just got really ain't gonna make that much of a difference. Really wish we had, you know, a couple inches of rain. One thing I really like about it, making them profiles. Remember that phone we were looking at? Oh, it's still right there. We just maneuvered around the shop quite a bit and didn't fall off and get run over, so that's good. Might go buy one of them lottery tickets for that, what is it, $1.4 billion? I'm not gonna tell you guys, but you'll know. You'll definitely know. There'll be signs. Put down our cardboard. Anytime we park in here. Dad's been saving cardboard the whole project, just in case something should have a leak. So we have a few things to replace on this machine. There's 6 row units that need reworked. Where I backed up with it in the ground, I think this is one of them. Yep. There's no down pressure. That torsion bushing is jacked up, and there's 6 of those I gotta do. It's gonna take a little while. I've never done that, but we should be able to knock that out tomorrow, I would think. So we're having another episode of Work Boot Wednesday. That's what we're gonna call this segment of the videos. Basically during harvest, every Wednesday, or roughly once a week. I'm gonna shoot for Wednesday. But what I don't know is that's gonna be Wednesday recording time or Wednesday releasing time. But either way, one day a week, I'm going to wear a different pair of boots and give you guys my opinion on them. So the last 2 days, I've been wearing these. Brunt Merlins, I believe is what they're called. So full disclosure, Brunt gave me these boots about, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 months ago. Maybe. Actually, they gave them to me like in December, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they gave me these boots in December. And this is October. I've worn them a few times. Probably, I don't know, 5 days this fall I wore them to work in. Before that, they were still clean and they looked nice, so I wore them as kind of a casual going out boot. But I know these boots are extremely popular right now. And I know that because a lot of people said, try a pair of Brunts. Well, I don't like them. I don't like them at all, really. Probably gonna offend some people. I mean, I know this is personal opinion, so keep that in mind, but for me, they're not comfortable. But what I can't stand is not only are they not comfortable, I don't think they're really well built. So every time I lace these things up, my shoelaces get caught under this piece right here. I think one of these I've started to rip apart on accident. I believe right there, starting to come loose. That ain't gonna last very long in my opinion. Like, when I wear this style boot, I either leave them tied, and like here's where yeah, see, it's cutting my shoelaces already. Like I said, these boots have maybe been worn 10 times. But I either leave them tied like this and lace them up with the speed hooks, or I cinch them down really tight. Just depends. And I don't think they're gonna last. I think I'm going to tear those apart pretty easily. So one other thing, I kind of nerd out on leather goods. If you are interested in learning a lot more about boots than what I'm about to tell you, check out the Rose Anvil channel. It's a guy's a leather worker, and he basically cuts in half boots. Like he's taken these exact boots, ran them through a bandsaw, cut them in half, and shown you what's inside of them. And through that channel, I learned that these soles are just glued on. They're not actually stitched to the boot, and they're kind of easy to tear apart. A lot of boots are like that, especially more affordable work boots. But these ones just, I don't know, seem like they might fall apart kind of easily. The soles, no real huge complaints there, but it hasn't rained here in so long. I don't really know how these perform in wet weather. But yeah, these are the unlined versions. I got a 13. I told them I needed a 13 wide. They sent a 13 regular, and really they weren't bad. Like, that part was not uncomfortable. That's kind of my opinion on these boots. If anyone wants these, email me and I'll give them to you. Size 13. Like I said, you see how much wears on them. Not a lot. But that concludes this Work Boot Wednesday. Okay, this is a day later. I don't remember where we left off on this video, but BJ started working on the Avatar, and we discovered a couple things. One, in the shipment of parts, should have known, should have went through the shipment of parts as soon as I got them. We've had these parts for about a week or two. But one thing we were missing were these springs. Whenever I backed up with this drill in the ground, basically some of these units were completely 90 degrees pitched the other way. And it just ruined a few of these springs. They didn't send us any of those. Need new springs because this spring's what puts down pressure on the closing wheel. Ruined a couple of these firming wheels. We did get those. There's one. BJ got those on there. But I also ordered, because as you can see, my gauge wheels are coming apart pretty badly. See if I can find one that's not apart. Well, there's one. Like, they're just ripping apart right through there. Ordered all new gauge wheels, and they definitely sent the wrong ones. It says even on the box, gauge wheels for a Horse Avatar. Product description says firming wheel for, or packing wheel or something for Maestro. So slight mishap there. We weren't going to put the gauge wheels on this right now though, so that's no big deal. That was going to be a winter project, but we're waiting on springs at the moment. So we get those springs. They were in there on a Saturday. Got that taken care of. Should have them here by Tuesday, and then we will throw them on there and plant. But for today, instead of getting this up and going, we're going to go over to the old grain setup, mess around with that dryer a little bit. If you missed it, we moved our old dryer from our new grain setup to our old grain setup with the intentions of hooking up that air system to that old grain setup and improving drying times substantially. But that's not going to happen until this winter / spring. Right now, we're just trying to get everything to where we can load out grain, which that's going to be, there's some challenges there, but basically we've got some old corn still in a bin over there. We want to haul that, so we're going to try to load that. Make some altercations to the dryer over there. That's what we're working on now. So got it over there. And then tomorrow, switch that thing over to beans most likely and run some beans. Hey, I believe it's October the 8th. I'll tell you, the temperature definitely changed. It's cold now. It's like 45 degrees. I know cold's a relative term, but it was like 80, 85 all last week. So slight change, slight change. So we're gonna pull this dryer out. Gotta do some work up there on some of these pipes overhead. The dryer ain't doing anything other than sitting here, so pull it out. So that pipe right there is sitting on the dryer. You're good, you're clear from it. Watch you don't tear that pipe down. What? I think you're clear. You're good. So one thing we want to do in here, we just kind of always scrap the idea of using this dryer this year in here. This concrete needs tore out. It's sinking real bad, it's cracked. I don't know how thick it is up here. There's piers back there for where there used to be a small dryer in here. And then when they added this pad, we don't know how deep it is. I'm kind of afraid if we put our dryer legs on it, they're gonna sink. But one other problem we got, the cone right there in this holding bin has a huge leak in it. The whole cone's gonna be replaced eventually. But right now we can't load grain out because it hits that leak and it just goes everywhere. Like the bottom of that bin's gonna fall out if we keep trying to use it like that, so we gotta do something, but there's a cone ordered for it, just ain't gonna be here right now. So Dad's gonna go get a trailer and go get our man basket. We're going to cut that pipe off of the number 2 bin. It needs redone. We're not gonna reuse that pipe. We need to have one fabricated, well, to fit the new dryer. So that one's gotta go. Right now it's just in the way. And then the same with the pipes back in there. Those are gonna get taken out. So one thing we can do here, we can't load out inside, but we can transfer everything to this grain bin, which has a little bit of corn in it, and load out right here. I don't like that style loadout, but right now it's handy.
All right, we got that resting right there. I want to reach up here and cut as high as I can. Now we gotta get those ones. Time to do some stitching. I don't know if you can, I'll try to zoom in on editing, but that is the bottom of our holding bin that we can't load out with because it's seen its final days. Got our money's worth out of that one. Dad had to go up there and get a look for himself. I think he was trying to visualize what I was telling him, and he just wanted to go up there and take a look. So he is up there inspecting the bottom of this bin. Like I said, we're trying to get to where we can load out of here before they replace the cone. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. That bin's pretty rough shape. Well, none of us fell, so that's a success. I guess we ain't down yet. We're still... Huh? We're trying to formulate a plan on how we're going to fix that bin. While we're doing that, I'm going to pull this truck over and start loading out of that side draw on number 5 bin that BJ's pushing that corn to. And at least we can get a truck loaded while we're messing with that. I really don't know how we're going to do that. Fix that bin. I think it needs a new cone, but we're going to need to load out before that cone gets here, or before someone puts it in. I'm not putting that cone in. That's something that Sims Construction, our bin people, they're going to do that. I don't mind heights, but that is above my expertise. They got the right equipment to do that too. Lifts and whatnot, and we don't. I think I mentioned this a couple videos back. We just used some wireless backup cameras. There's one mounted with a magnet to that unload and a power cord going to it. It works like a dream. We got those monitors in each one of the each one of the semis. and a couple of those cameras mounted throughout the establishment. And yeah, works pretty handy. I mean, basically once you get within so many feet, it just automatically connects to the monitor, as long as each thing has power. And you can have multiple cameras or multiple monitors connected to one camera. So yeah. If you would be interested in one of those, I'll drop you an Amazon link below. But so far this seems to work really good. Pretty handy when you're by yourself and you just want to sit in the truck 'cause it's cold. And we're about full. Time to shut her down. Well, we got 2 loads. This side draw is just very slow, very, very slow. There's our setup when we got power in this camera. There's just a Milwaukee adapter to basically convert battery power to like that outlet. Well, folks, that's going to be it for this video. I think I'm going to go sand some cabinets. Thanks for watching. If you would, do us a favor, thumbs up the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Check the links in the description. Like I said, that backup camera will be in there. A couple other cool things, and we'll see you in the next one.